first of all, I'm wondering, what is the hardest thing, being on set or answering this kind of question, doing this
yeah,
kind
that's
of
funny.
interview?
I think that the reason they pay you is to do this. The acting might be for free, you know?
Lots of actors saying that this is the boring thing, you know?
Well, it's not that it's the boring thing. It's like, you know, I'm mainly, like, when you're acting, there's something to do, you know what I mean? A lot of times you have to pay attention to the other person, and it's a lot about listening. And here it's just you talking, and 9 times out of 10, it's the same questions. That's an original question, at least. To be honest with you, it's the same writers and it's the same showrunner. You know, like Andy Baez, you know, who's directed most of the Narcos, or at least he's the one that's directed the most episodes. You know, he's directed, I think, 4 of them. And so it's the same kind of storytelling, same kind of structure that's very good. It's almost like a novel in a way, where you have 10 episodes to tell a grand story. And the only what is new is the fact that it's, you know, the first season in Mexico. So it's you know, Narcos Mexico season 1. And you get Diego Luna as Felix Gallardo, and then you have a stable of fantastic Mexican actors. And I thought, you know, as a Mexican American, that I thought I knew, you know, a lot of the Mexican actors, but it turns out I didn't. You know, there's a lot more that are fantastic, and I think people are really going to dive in there and appreciate, you know, what these guys have been working in their entire lives to do.
Understand. And I'd like to know something about the Kiki Camarena'nın. Who is he?
Well, he's a guy who's, you know, because I talked to his wife, and he's a guy who's just who's driven. And he wanted to make a difference, and he wanted to get the bad guys. That's just the kind of guy he is. And sometimes it's, you know, people are there can be, complicated people can be very simple, like, in their intentions. And he was definitely one of these guys, you know. You know, I think it sucks to say, but at the same time, it makes for good drama, you know, when somebody's after it and willing to give up a lot of their life to make a difference. You know, he saw all the signs of this empire being built. And he wanted to put a stop to it because he could envision the bad things that were to come, which is what happens now.
The Netflix is changing the lots of things in the right now, the business, you know, the movie business and TV shows, and lots of big actors doing the TV shows. And what do you think about that?
I think it's great, man. I think, you know, what's cool about that is that movies are now competing with shows like Narcos, and you know, that you have to, you know, the stories have to be big, and the production value has to be really good. You know, the topics have to be really interesting, and I think where there's a good it's a healthy competition, where they help each other out, and I think the person that wins out is a consumer.